Hey guys, so today I have a huge eyeshadow haul. This is all from Coastal Scents, so it's a Coastal Scents haul. They were having some kind of sale, I think, where all of their single shadows were 99 cents. So I bought a lot of them. These are magnetic palettes from Shop Miss A that are now full, except for one. One of them is not full. But we're going to get into it. Before I get into the single eyeshadows, I did also buy a brush shampoo from Coastal Scents, and this was also $1. So I thought I would try it out. Why not? I can always go through things like this. So I'm gonna put this in my bathroom. Yeah, it's just it looks like shampoo, like hotel shampoo. That's what I usually use to clean my makeup brushes. I usually just I'll use hotel shampoo if I have any laying around. And then I have a few brush soap things from Shop Miss A that I haven't tried yet, but I'll use that. I'll just use, I don't know, I'll use whatever, honestly. Okay, anyway, these are all of the singles that I picked up. Let's open them up. So we have a warm toned palette going on. And then I did a cool toned palette with more purples and greens. And then I have a few that were rollovers, I guess, that didn't fit. Just these four. These ones are all different. This row is Morphe shades that I couldn't fit in a different palette. These ones are all Coastal Scents as well, but they're from my last Coastal Scents order. So it's just these four that couldn't fit in these two palettes. So I guess we'll start off with these ones. This is gonna be a long video because I'm gonna go through every shade name and swatch them all out as well. So swatches, I'll probably put the entire row on my arm and then do it by row. Okay, so the first four are, like I said, these top row. I have them swatched out, and let's pull them out. So, without breaking them. Okay, so this first one is Camel, and it's just a cool tone, taupey brown. It has a light shimmer to it, but nothing that would actually show up. It's kind of more of a sheen. And then next to that one, we have Frosty Taupe, which is a very, very similar shade. This one's a little bit deeper, but again, this has a sheen that I don't think would really show up too much. And I'm gonna kind of just, these palettes aren't set. I'm gonna just always be kind of moving them around. But anyway, in the past, I've always, when I made a palette, I've left it there, but I really want to, play with my singles more. So they're probably going to get moved around. But this purple, this is actually a blush, and it's in the shade Tart Purple. I just think it's so pretty. And honestly, I bought these to try as blushes, but I don't think I'm going to actually try this as a blush. I think this is just a really pretty eyeshadow color. It's just a bigger pan. And then the other blush is Cupid, which again, I think I'm gonna keep it with my eyeshadows. I could use this one as a blush, but I don't know. I think I'm just gonna keep it with my eyeshadows for now, but we'll see. I might move this over to my blush palette. So those are those four there. Here they are swatched out. So we have, again, Cupid, Frosty Taupe, whatever those purple ones were called. Cupid, I think, I don't know. But there are those right there. They're not super pigmented, but I do like Coastal Scents shades to build. And I don't know, I do like them. They're not my favorite formula, but I tend to always buy a million of them. So I guess I like them. No, they are good, and they always have any color you can think of. And they're cheap, they're super cheap. You can't beat it. Okay. Let's do my cooler toned palette next. What I'm gonna do is swatch out a row and then we'll go kind of row by row. So I'll be right back with that. Okay, so here is that top row swatched out. This is kind of like all of the neon pinks and purples that I picked up. The first one on top, I think, yeah, is Tyran Purple. And this one is, again, one of those that has just like a sheen, but it's probably gonna perform just like a matte. I guess not really like a matte, but it's not like glittery. All right, next is Vibrant Plum. And this one's a little bit more deeper than the rest, but again, I think it's gonna be really nice, and this is a matte. Dug my nail in the next one, obviously. This one is Neon Bright Pink, which is a perfect name for it. It does have a little bit more purple than like, it's more of a fuchsia, I guess you would say. And this again is another matte. The next one is Gusty Grape, which I think it's more of a blue. It's kind of like a darker, like a dark. She's definitely climbing up my shower curtain right now. Okay, so this shade, it's really like a deeper periwinkle. On camera, it kind of just looks blue, but in person, you definitely get more of that purple. Can you guys hear that? I don't even want to deal with it right now. Okay, so yeah, it's like a deeper periwinkle. It's looking more blue on camera, but it definitely has purple to it. Edgy Eggplant is the next one, which is down here. The mattes, like, they don't swatch the best, but they're definitely buildable, and you can definitely get this color, like, when you're actually putting it on your eyes. But yeah, it doesn't swatch the best, but it still performs okay. Magenta, and it's like just a little bit darker than this pink one. So we're down here, and it's like the same vibrancy, like these are all very like neon colors. And yeah, it's really pretty. It's like just a nice bright magenta matte color. So yeah, so this is lavender, and it's super pretty. It's just kind of like a shimmer shade, but it's not going to be like super sparkly. It's just a nice light shimmer. And that is it for the top row. So let me swatch the second row and we'll get right into it. Okay, so now we are going on the second row, which is all these dark mauve burgundy shades, and then the few like blues that I have. So here is what they look like swatched out. I definitely did not need to buy both of these now that I see them swatched next to each other. They literally look identical. There's not much difference between these two at all. Like I can't really see any difference, honestly. But we will get into the shade names. So the first one is another matte, and this is Violetta. And this is a dark matte purple, and I think this one's really pretty. This will be a really nice complementary color for any like purple looks. Okay, next one down we have Raisin Berry, which is one of those duplicate shades. And this is just a really nice dark berry color. And this is a shimmer. And it kind of has a little bit of a red like base to it. I don't know if you'll really be able to tell. Let me see if I can focus. Okay, it's not gonna focus on it, but it's really like, it's got like a little bit of a red undertone too, and then the berry on top. But both of those two shades look exactly the same. So that one is Raisin Berry. And then we have the matte that's in between those. And this is Maroon Berry, which is, it's like more of a maroony tone compared to this one that's more purple. Spice Berry, which you definitely don't need both Raisinberry and Spiceberry because they look identical. They look exactly the same. Raisinberry looks darker, like a lot darker. Let me see if I can. So this one's Raisinberry. This one looks a lot darker than this one in the pans, but swatched out, they look identical. And into like the blues. So the first one is Alpengist. Oh gosh, I can't say it. Here's what it looks like if you can read it. It's not gonna focus. I don't know, but that's what it looks like. It is a like silver with like a little blue hint, essentially. And this one is a shimmer. One is Lakeshore, and it's right under. This is like a teal shimmer, and it has a gold reflect to it, but that's not going, it doesn't really show up that well. Like I can see it in the swatch, but I don't think you guys will really be able to see it. But yeah, this one's really pretty. I like this one. Azure Frost. And this is like a bright icy blue shimmer. And that is what it looks like. That one is pretty too. And here are the swatches of that row again. And let's do the next row. Okay, here is the next row swatched out. This is definitely some more like cool tone neutrals, and then we're fading into all the greens that I bought. So we are looking at this row here, and we're gonna start off on this end, but here is what it's looking like. I like this row. I think this is like one of my favorite rows so far. And this first shade, let me get it out. This first shade, Light Plum, like in the pan doesn't look super exciting. It looks like a taupey, sparkly, slightly plum color. Swatched out, it's that top one, it looks so pretty. I am really excited to use this one. It definitely has more of a pink when it's swatched out. And it's just, I don't know how well that's coming across, but that looks so pretty. That's like one of my favorites, I think, so far. Next, we bought a matte white. And this is the shade Cloud White. I didn't really try to swatch it very good. I just quickly did it, but it's just a matte white. Aluminum Taupe, which is another really pretty. In the pan, it looks a lot more cool tone, and then in the swatch, it has like a little bit of gold to it almost. But I think this is a really pretty one as well. Raisin, which this could almost go up in the next row. It's very similar to those other burgundies, but this one's a little bit more brown. It has a little bit more brown to it, and this is a matte as well. Now we're getting into the greens, and the first one is Frosted Pea. And I mean, you can't really tell in the pan. It's really just like a really light, like lime green color, but it's definitely very pastel. Next one is one of my favorites. This is Dark Goldenrod, and it looks kind of boring in the pan, but looking at it, it's like gold with a green shift, and it's not coming across on camera. It's this one. It just kind of looks gold, but it has definitely like a red base, and then it's gold and it shifts green. And it's really pretty. It's definitely like the duochromes from Coastal Scents, at least the ones that I've tried, are not like indie brands. Like it's not like Luxie duochromes. It's not like Cleona duochromes. Like they're very subtle, but I still think that they're pretty. Okay, next is Dark Golden Olive, which is pretty much what it says it is a dark like forest green, and then there is a little bit of gold shimmer, which doesn't really show up as that much. Okay, we have the bottom row swatched out, and this is the green row. So here is what they look like all together. And some of these did not swatch well at all. The mattes didn't swatch very good at all, but the shimmers are really pretty. So let's get into it. This top one is Amazonian Ice. And this one's really pretty. Like, this is definitely one of the most unique shades, I think. It's just like a chameleon kind of green color. Does that make any sense? Like, and then it has what's really like just bright shift. It's just really bright and sparkly, and I like that one. Next is Forest Eve, which is again another forest color, and it also has like a gold reflect that I don't think you're gonna be able to see, but this one's surprisingly really pretty. This one I think is one of my favorites, and this is Sage Sensation, and it's just a really bright like chartreusey shimmer green. And I don't know, I really like that one. Wait, this one didn't swatch the best. This is Pinehurst, which is a dark like Kelly forest green. And there it is right there. It didn't swatch the best, but I think it'll perform fine on the eyes. I mean, the color is definitely the same. It just like it didn't swatch very good, but not many of the mattes do. The next one is Python Green, which is kind of exactly how it sounds, and it looks more green in the pan, and it definitely swatched more yellow. But I think if you build it up, I think if you build this up, you will get to that more green color. And the one I have next to it is Vibrant Lime Green, and that one swatched pretty true to color. It didn't swatch like the best, but it definitely looks like that same color. And then the last shade in this palette is Balsam, which I think is really pretty. It's again another foresty kind of green, and it's a shimmer, and it also has like a gold reflect to it, which I don't think any of that is gonna come up on camera, but. All right, there is this first palette, and we definitely got some dings, but nothing broke, so we're good. Yeah, let's get into the next palette. So here is an overview of this next palette. A lot of neutrals and warm tones. The bottom row is definitely more of a neutral tone, but the rest I feel like is more warm. So let's just get into it again, swatching row by row, and I'll be right back with the first row. So here is that first row swatched out. I think it looks really, really pretty. Yeah, let's get into the shade names. This is Solar Flare, and this is a shimmer. And I think it's so pretty. It's so bright and vibrant. And this is like a true yellow. And that's a good one. If you want like a true shimmer yellow, like that's a good choice for you. Next is Hot Tamale, and this is like a very pinky red, and this is a matte, but it's definitely not a true red. There's definitely a lot of like pink to it. We have 18 Karat Gold, which is a like really, really vibrant yellow gold. Dark Salmon is the next one, and this one is like a satin, and it has gold glitter in it, but I don't think the gold glitter is going to really show up of anything. So that will probably perform more just like a satin or a matte. This one is Dark Mango, which didn't swatch the best, but I also didn't like build it up or anything. And I think this one's really pretty. It's like a neon, but it's also like a pastel. It's hard to kind of show you guys on here, but it's really unique. It is really pretty. We have Dreamsicle, which is that really pretty light peachy color. Row is Peach, simple name. And this definitely has a lot more pink to it. That one's pretty. All right, that's it for the first row. That's it for this first row, and now we will swatch out this second row. Okay, here is that second row swatched out. That red is definitely very, very pigmented, but let's get into it. First is Georgia Peach, which is a really pretty shimmer, and it's definitely more orange than the other two shimmers we had in the last section. Then we have Bright Tangerine, which it's a matte, but it is exactly kind of what it says, Bright Tangerine. Shade is Pumpkin Pie, and this is just a really nice, really light transition color. Depending on your skin tone, this one could definitely be a setting shade, but for me, it's definitely more of a yellowy transition. Red is Baked Clay, and this one is very, very pigmented. It's got a little bit of orange to it, so it's not like a true red, but it definitely has some orange in it. But this is like the most pigmented one I think I've swatched. Under that one, we have Tuscany, which I accidentally bought 2 of because in my last Coastal Scents haul, I apparently already bought this one. So I now have 2 Tuscanys. It is a perfect like neutral matte color. So I guess that's okay to have 2. Did not mean to do that. Little Peach, which is underneath, which is just a little bit darker and a little bit more peach. Last in that row is Vanilla Sky, which is like a white shimmer. There's a little bit of champagne in there, but it's mostly white. Okay, the third row, we definitely have more neutrals. They are still slightly warm toned neutrals, but let's get into it because these ones actually all swatched really good. First, we have Copper Pot, which is exactly what it looks like. It's a true copper shimmer. Next is Sun Dried, which is a really light satin brown, but a little bit of like red in it, just a little bit of red. It's kind of like a mauve-y color, I guess. Next is the first matte, and this one is Earth Rose, and it's definitely just a really dark rose color. The next one is Redwood, and this is another matte. This is like one of my favorite mattes. I love that like mauve-y berry tone. I think this one's gonna be a staple in my collection. Then we have Paprika, which is right under it, which is essentially the same color, just darker. And I think those are gonna look really pretty paired together. Right, then we have Caramel Ice, and it's so pretty. In the pot, it looks definitely more white, but swatched out, it definitely has more gold to it, and this one's really pretty. All right, last in this row is Light Apricot, and another really pretty shimmer. And it's very similar to the one above it, except a little deeper and a little bit more pink, peachy, I guess. Okay, here is the last row, definitely very neutral toned row. And here's what it looks like in the palette up here. First top shade is Lemon Chiffon. Sorry if you hear the noise, I think that's an airplane. But it's so pretty. I really like this one. It's so loud. This is going to be a really nice inner corner shade, and I think it's really unique. Is Armorado, which is just a nice dark brown shimmer. Basically all there is to it. Okay, next is Coconut Husk, which is a nice darker matte brown, and that's just a perfect neutral crease color. We have New Penny, which is a like darker copper. This is Cherry Moss, and I don't know, it's not gonna show up on camera, but this one is so pretty. The base color is brown with like a hint of red, and then it shifts green and gold, but I don't think that's going to show up on camera. This one is really pretty. I like this one a lot. Aren't my favorite. This one is Victorian Pear in looking in it, it's like a pinky champagne and then there's green glitter, but I don't think the green glitter is going to do anything. It's this one, if you can even see them. Yeah, it pretty much doesn't do much of anything. I don't know. So we'll see about that one. And then this last one is Nude, which is just a nude colored, like it's not even a shimmer, I guess it's a sheen, but it's right here. I don't know if you can even see it like at all. I guess this will be a pretty like really natural inner corner. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see about that one too. So that is the last row in here. So that is going to be it. That is all of the single shadows I bought. Hopefully I can cut this video down because it's at 45 minutes right now. But yeah, we have these 3 Z palettes all nice and full. Guys, I'm gonna need to order some more. I officially have a problem. You guys saw I just posted a Shop Miss A haul where I bought like 5 of these, I think. So yeah, next time they go on sale, I'll buy some more, but we're gonna have to make it work for now. But that is everything. I hope you guys liked this video. I hope you guys could at least see some of the swatches. I don't know how well they are going to show up, but yeah, we have lots of singles to play with now, and I'm excited to play with all of my singles this year. That's one of the big things that I'm going to be doing this year is playing with my single eyeshadows. I hope you guys like this video. Definitely like, comment, and subscribe down below for more videos, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.